Hello, magical human. Welcome. You are listening to the Nature Hold Me podcast. I'm your host, Madison. It is so beautiful to be here with you today. Well done. You've seen the title of this episode. You know why we're here. We are here to talk about relaxation and do a mini course on what relaxation is together, which is amazing. If you can listen to the video version of this episode, that would be incredible. You can watch the video on either YouTube or on Spotify. You don't necessarily have to, but I do have a little presentation that I'm going to show so it could actually help you to see. Of course, you can look later. Totally your call. I'm just going to share my little screen here. Okay, there we go. Relaxation mini course. Here we go, everybody. If you don't know much about relaxation, this is your invitation to get familiar with it, to start to learn a bit more about relaxation and find out why it's so important to relax. In the West, in particular, we have definitely taken this view of relaxation in sense of, it's a luxury. It costs a lot of money. You have to go on a retreat, or you have to get a massage, you have to do whatever, and it costs money. You have to have a lot of time. You can do it when you retire. We even have an idea that relaxation is lazy. And all of this, I believe, is a way that we've collectively reduced our health as a society. We somehow have got our priorities so messed up that we are literally thinking that the things that are really good for us are too easy, or, laziness, and we don't need to do them. And it's ridiculous. Relaxation has been shown to be so powerful that it can reverse the effects of chronic stress in the body. So it's actually a healing response in your body, and we need it. So allow this mini course to educate you a bit on it. And if you would like to go further on it, I have a relaxation workshop, so a full training on relaxation, which will be available on my website over the next week or so. So if you're interested in that and you'd like to be one of the first to access it, go and send me a DM on Instagram at Nature Hold Me. That is a new Instagram handle. Please go and follow, go and be amongst it. I'm sharing so many beautiful tips and tricks, just little things you can do, as well as all the information about the podcast. I'd really appreciate if you go over there and give it a follow, but go and be one of the first to DM me over there on Nature Hold Me, and I will send you a sneaky discount code for your presence and for you being one of the first to come and message me. Okay, so let's get into this relaxation mini course. And this little quote down here: tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. And that is a Chinese proverb, right? Proverb, however they say that. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. Beautiful. What is relaxation? The Google definition of relaxation is a state of freedom from physical or mental tension, stress, or anxiety. And that is the Google definition. A state of freedom. Freedom. Isn't that cool? So relaxation, you might think, is lying down, reading a book or gardening or exercise or whatever it is. But when you look at this, it shows you that it's not. It's a state. Relaxation is a state of freedom from all physical or mental tension, stress, or anxiety. So this is really helpful, this definition here. I love to look at definitions of things because it gives you a straight out idea of this is what it is. And you go, awesome. It means that you're not going to divert from the path. You're not going to divert from what it actually is. So if you start saying crazy things like running is my relaxation, you can see here that no, it's not, because that's not a state of freedom from physical stress, right? So it just doesn't work out. Relaxation can physically change the way your body functions. This is well known now. It has been researched. Look into it. Do your research. Go and look at it. Go and read books about it. Relaxation can physically change the way your body functions. It's insane, right? It lowers your heart rate. It lowers your blood pressure. It calms all the stress hormones in the body. It increases immune function. It does so much for us. It's literally, it helps you sleep better. It helps you digest better. If you're constantly stressed, guess how you go to the bathroom? Stressed. Things don't work out. You don't absorb nutrients properly. So we need to start taking this seriously. If you can change the way your body functions to a more optimal and full capacity of its ability to function, would you not want to do that? Being in constant stress, tension, and anxiety changes the way the body functions, and not in a good way. It lowers optimal function for sure. Our current state. So, this is where I'm going to give you a bit of an idea of where we're at. Look at our current world. There is stress, there is tension, there is fear, there is people feeling tight in the body and just tight in life. There is this feeling of stuckness. Our nervous system is completely out of balance as a normal thing. This is not normal. Just because everyone seems to look like this, and if you're in a city, you just see this stuff everywhere, just because it's everywhere doesn't make it right. How relaxation can help. Now, as you can see, if you're watching the video, I've literally covered this page in benefits of relaxation. There are more, but I put my favorites. So I'm just going to read through these dot points. Benefits of relaxation. It enhances emotional control. It minimizes anxiety, depression, and anger. It reduces fatigue, lowers inflammation, increases natural killer cells and antibody level, meaning cancer cells, right, are getting moved out, breaks the cycle of chronic stress, improves digestion, slows your heart rate, lowers blood pressure, reduces stress hormones, eases chronic pain, softens tension, improves sleep, strengthens the immune system, boosts mental health, better focus, stabilizes mood, enhances confidence, balances the nervous system. Do all of these things sound like a good thing? Yes. Yes, it does. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with relaxation. Okay, this is one of my favorites. What is and what is not relaxation? As I said in the beginning, we have a pretty warped view of what relaxation is. So people say really weird things. And some of the weirdest things I hear in yoga, which is just completely against common sense, but you know, some of my favorite teachers say there's been a death to common sense, which is hilarious, right? But people will say things like running, exercise, and upbeat music, social gatherings, these are all my relaxation. No, they're not. Okay, running, is that good for you? Debatable. Debatable these days. Check out the research. Exercise, is it good for you? Sure. Social gatherings, yes. You know, these are all things they're good for you, but they're not relaxation. It's not relaxation. You know, it's like comparing apples with broccoli, you know, like fruit with vegetables. Like you might say, "Oh, like I eat lots of fruit. I eat heaps of fruit and that's my healthy eating. That's me eating plants." But they're not vegetables. You know, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. Yes, fruit's good for you, but you're not going to get what you get from vegetables from fruit and vice versa. You kind of have to realize that it's not that simple. You can't compare such different things. You know, oh, I don't have to exercise this week because I exercised last week. It just doesn't make much sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. So saying that exercise and social gatherings are relaxation, they're not. They're good for you in different ways, but they're not relaxation. Exercise is a form of stress on the body. It's a healthy stress, but it's still a form of stress, which means you're not relaxing, right? Upbeat music increases heart rate. That's the opposite of what relaxation does. Social media, we know that's not relaxation. Watching TV as well, these things, they're not relaxation. If you're lying down on the couch scrolling, you're not relaxing. You could be using that time to intentionally relax, but you're probably not, right? Over planning, right? People sit and plan. That's not relaxation. Get rid of the planner. Intense conversations, so high energy, high stress conversations, high stress media, the news, absorbing any of that, reading newspapers, reading magazines. Multitasking is a myth. We know that now. What the brain does is switch different modes. It switches from task to task, never really sinking into anything. So you can't relax and also plan your week. You can't relax and also watch TV. They do not go together. You cannot multitask. Eating comfort food, again, not relaxation. What is relaxation? Now, there's a heap of things I could have put here, but I put my favorites. Yoga, breath work, mindfulness meditation, body scans, progressive muscle relaxation, Tai Chi, nature time, physical touch, digital detox. These things can be really powerful for relaxation, but when you look at what relaxation is in yoga, we do Shavasana, right? Shavasana is the relaxation pose, okay, where you just lie down. Shavasana directly translates to corpse pose. as in dead pose, right? You're literally lying down and you're practicing surrendering your body weight to the floor. All of your body weight, you're practicing surrendering it to the floor. Now you can imagine how much of a challenge this is. Okay, Shavasana has always been known as the most important yoga posture and the pose that is most difficult to master because you are asked to let go of your body weight, let go of your emotions, let go of your responsibilities, let go of your entire life. You're virtually practicing being dead. You're that relaxed. And then we wake up out of it and everyone comes out of it like they've just been reborn into the day. It's beautiful. So, yeah, that's the kind of relaxation we're looking for. So, minimal things is actually what we want. I could have written in here nothing. Doing absolutely nothing is a really powerful relaxation practice. All of these are really helpful and they're definitely in the zone. But I was Shavasana and doing absolutely nothing would be so beneficial. And that's why yoga is so powerful in breath work because you're still and you're relaxed. How to relax. So, here I've just given you a few more ways that you can help welcome relaxation into your life. So, meditation is not a relaxation practice. However, it does prepare the body and mind. So, meditation teaches the mind how to be still and it can kind of just calm down that mental clutter, right? So, doing 5 minutes of meditation and then doing a 5 to 10 minute shavasana. So, lying down on the floor on the ground, on the earth, and doing absolutely nothing for a moment, that is really valuable. Sitting in nature and just observing, so no headphones, no listening, no typing, no reading, nothing. Softening your environment. Your home should be a space that is naturally relaxing. It's supposed to be a place that nourishes you, body, mind, and soul, right? So if there's just mess and clutter everywhere, if there's sharp objects everywhere, if there's pictures of skulls and crossbones and, darkness and all these kind of things around your house, you're just not welcoming a relaxing state, right? So you need to soften it, relax it, bring in plants, bring in soft colors, bring in neutral tones. All of these things will help. Reduce your stimulants, physical, mental, and emotional. So cut back if you can on the alcohol. Alcohol is a natural depressant. It has an up and a down phase. This doesn't help our body. Cut back on coffee. Ideally, stop drinking it altogether. Coffee is a stimulant. It makes the mind go wee and then it makes it go crash. It's not going to help for maintaining a relaxing state. And of course, like avoiding any kind of stimulant, like when you're scrolling on social media, you're feeding your mind with so much rubbish and so much stuff going on. It just increases our stress levels. And same with emotional, a lot of the things that we do, like we read, we watch, it takes us on an emotional journey. And that is just not what we need. Our life is where we're supposed to have our emotional journey. So try and reduce the amount of stimulants you have. And if you are going to have them, try and have them very intentionally and very rarely. Soft music. The reality is that hardcore, heavy metal, doof doof music is really bad for us. It's bad for our minds and it just does not align. Okay, a lot of these musics, like it's even said that it just kind of makes you crazy. It doesn't help. And songs that are really sad and soppy, poor me, oh, I'm sad, my life's bad, all that stuff, stay away from that as well. Stay away from it. You don't need it. Soft, gentle yoga music, right? In the relaxation workshop I am about to release to the website, I recommend many playlists that are beautiful, that have the most loving, calming, beautiful to listen to songs, and they have a good energy about them. So try to soften your music. Low lighting. Keep it low. Don't have high LED crazy lights. Try and soften everything. Present moment awareness. Be aware of this moment. Practice being here. You can relax inside any moment as long as you're practicing being present and just allowing it to be as it is. So you could use your five senses, observe what can I see? What can I feel? What can I taste? What can I touch? What can I hear? What can I smell? All of these things, you can use your senses. You can also use what I've written here is mindful tea. So you make a cup of tea very mindfully, and then you drink the whole tea very mindfully, doing nothing but drinking that tea, making that tea, drinking that tea. So the whole experience is a whole present moment practice. Start scheduling relaxation time for yourself and experiment with practices. You don't have to do all the practices I mentioned, but definitely give them a try and see how they feel. Give them a real go. You don't need to do all of them at once. That's a stress, right? If I told you you had to do all of those today, it'd probably become a stress for you. So take it easy, choose one or two and just go with it. And of course, if you would like guidance for some of these practices, you can go to the Magical Human Support Space on Patreon. It's only $5 a month, so good. I will be slowly bringing out more and more relaxation practices that you guys can try if you'd like to. So if you're wanting to try maybe restorative yoga or some of these practices I was talking about, you can go there. There are already some great relaxation practices available on there. And then, of course, there is the workshop coming out very soon. And if you go and DM me on @NatureHoldMe, I will send you a special discount code for being one of the first people on that account. So that is it for your mini training today on relaxation, magical soul. I hope you felt that. I hope you learned something. I hope you are excited to maybe integrate relaxation in a more serious way into your life. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating or a review on the platform that you listen on. It helps me expand, it helps me reach new people. I love to share all of the beautiful things that I'm teaching, so I would really appreciate your assistance. Send it to someone you know and love, maybe someone who struggles with relaxation, and you can also share it to your Instagram stories and tag me @NatureHoldMe. And if you do share it, I'll come and say hello. Again, the Instagram account is very new, so it is a beautiful opportunity to connect while it's still small. So thank you so much for being here. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Commit to your relaxation. It's serious. Love.